Hello everyone, this is BCV Sims or Retarded in Real Life, and this is my video about the old ladies rental home that I built in Oasis Springs that you can find on the gallery at BCV1. So, the story behind this build is that I have these two Sims, Nahir and Siobhan. They're together, they love each other very much, and God bless them. But Nahir is begging for a day off of work. Siobhan has just graduated college, and I want them to go on a holiday. And so I thought, what better place than Oasis Springs? I like the vibe. I think a pool would look very good in there. But of course, it's me. So I had to build a story behind it. And what's the story? The story is that the house belonged to Lady Renata Sanders, and she sadly passed away almost 20 years ago, but no one has ever renewed the house yet. And so it has this 70s vibe because that's when Renata really was thriving in life. The people in the town loved her, everybody knew who she was. And so the house still has that feeling, and that's what I really wanted to convey with the whole build. So bear that in mind when you watch the video. I will walk you through all of the choices that I've made. And yeah, so this is her house. I hope you enjoy. Bye. So the first thing that I want to say that I forgot to say in the introduction is that actually at the beginning they don't like the house. They think it's ugly, but then they grow to love it. And so that's what I kept in mind. And that translates into like the little objects I've scattered around. It's stuff that I wouldn't personally choose for myself, but if I was to find it in a house, I'd really vibe with that. I would probably tweet about it. So we're gonna have a kitchen and a living room together, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and an entrance, which I love. So I'm gonna start off with some doors and also the kitchen, and I'm going with a color theme here, which is green. And I chose green because I think my grandma would have chosen it in the 70s when she was starting off her families. I think that's a very fun color, very vibrant color as well, and so I just wanted that to be the theme of the house. And so I just messed around a bit with how big I was gonna make it, how I was gonna put it through, and actually halfway through it I decided to change the color into a more faded green. We're gonna see that in just a bit, just because I think that would have probably shown as well, not only just the fact that years have passed, here she is, but also I think that's a better fitting color for the vibe that I was trying to convey. And that's also the color of the chairs. And so I wanted this to be quite kitsch, and so there is also a mix of old, modern furniture, modern still 70s, but modern at the time, and more like antique, I would say. And you can see that kind of in the chimney already, in the table. Those are a bit more old. But yeah, I like that. I like the combination of the two. As I said, I wanted the decoration to really translate what I was saying before. So there's a bunch of objects that I have never used previously in The Sims, but I actually think they're fine now. I think they're actually very fun. And so I scattered those around on the fireplace. There's gonna be some on the coffee table as well. The coffee table is also quite traditional, and I do like that a lot. I'm gonna admit that I quite enjoy that. And then I put a little bookshelf there because, yeah, Lady Renata really wanted to read. She loved her book, and I kind of envision her to maybe she loved, romances, like very cheesy romances. That was her guilty pleasure, even though maybe in another lifetime she was maybe a literature teacher. Her guilty pleasure were romances. And so yeah, I love me some random stories that I can make up. Yeah, so I just started decorating, and then I moved over into the child's bedroom. My Sims actually don't have a child yet, but they're gonna adopt one soon, and so I wanted the house to already have a child's bedroom, just because I didn't want to have to go back to it and change the floor plan and everything. So the child's bedroom is gonna have a different color theme, and that color theme is actually gonna be orange. Again, as the green, I felt like orange. I think that's very 70s, browns, oranges, greens. If you have a degree in interior design, in architecture, or history of interior design, please don't get offended by what I'm saying, because I know that it has no factual basis. It's just genuinely my opinion. This whole house is built off of a vibe. So I kept decorating a bit the child's bedroom. And then I moved over to the master bedroom. I was gonna make that yellow just to have a color theme in every room, but then I actually decided on the brown. As I said, I felt like brown is also, take a don't take a shot, but I say 70s so much in this video, so bear with me. I then decided to make another smaller bathroom, which was gonna be an ensuite for the bedroom, because I just like that. I like the idea of maybe Lady Renata. She had guests over all the time. As we said, she was very beloved in the city. So she wanted to have guests over, but she wanted her privacy in her own little bathroom too. So the bathrooms are quite simple. There's not much to say about that. The other bathroom kind of resembles this one too. I just put some decorations around just to make it more homely. I had an issue with the mirrors. I don't know exactly what was happening on my build mode that day. If you have any idea why you wouldn't let me put the mirrors a bit up, please let me know. So then I tried, obviously, to use that platform thing that we have now, which was so much fun, and I made the living area a bit elevated. And then moved over to the floors, and I love the floors that I chosen. I think they are so cool. I love the one that I chose for the entrance. Let me know what you think about that. Again, I would not normally choose that, but I think it's so fun. And also the one in the kitchen area, in the sitting room, I love that. I don't know why I've never used that before. It resembles not to keep mentioning my grandma, but it resembles a lot the one that my grandma has in her house, which I know she built in the 70s. And that's kind of also the reason why I chose the one on the bathroom and in the bedroom. And here I was just trying to find, just trying to build some half walls, whatever. And then I had the idea of making a balcony in the bedroom. And so that's exactly what I did. I made the balcony, tried to change things around. I'm so sorry, this is my first video, and so maybe the audio is not really great, but let me know, even if you have any advice on how to improve it, please let me know. I love feedback. I love getting feedback, so I'm very happy if you have any for me. I started making the outside now, and then I moved over into choosing a good wallpaper, and the one that I chose for the kitchen and living room area I adore. I think it's beautiful. I wouldn't normally use it, especially because I usually build like tiny homes or quite modern homes, so that's not what I would pick, but God, I'm so happy with the choice that I've made. For the entrance, I just went for like a very simple one, because the floor was already so overwhelming. I didn't want it to be too much. And then the other rooms, I just put simple colors. It took me a while to choose them, but I knew that I wanted it to be like quite brown, as well because of the floors being very strong, the carpets being very strong. I just didn't want to overwhelm the spaces. And then I kind of messed around with the outside. I never used to be a builder in The Sims, especially like when I started The Sims 3, The Sims 4, I would always just get the houses that I got with cheat mother load and then get the most expensive things because I couldn't deal with them breaking. But now I'm really getting into like how much fun it is to actually build. And so I spent a bit more time on the outside, on the doors, on the details. And I gotta admit, like, it's really fun. Like, I can't believe it took me so long to actually get to this point. But the outside, so I kind of got inspired by the houses near me or in the outskirts. But then I ended up, so it's kind of like this color, like sandy, and so I really love the wallpaper just for the outside. And then a cheeky save, and then I went on to the building the back garden. Obviously, there's gonna be a swimming pool if this is their holiday place. I love that you can see like the little river. I think that's such a cool location in Oasis Springs. And so then I messed around a bit with the decorations. I wanted to make it very like home friendly, and so that was the biggest thing. But also like quite cool, the touch. I think maybe the outside. In my head, the outside is probably the only thing that they actually had something to do with, that they kind of modernized. Just to make it more livable. So I put a barbecue there, some chairs to relax, a table. I've got to say that I love Seasons. Again, can't believe it took me so long to get it. And I also love Parenthood because of the swings and the swimming pool. How fun. Can't wait to have that toddler around. And then for the roof, I basically just copied. I tried some different styles, but then I basically just copied the one that my neighbor has, because I think any other one would have looked a bit weird with the style that I was going for, and so maybe it's a bit repetitive, but I like it, to be honest. And then it took me, I shit you not, can I swear on YouTube? I don't know, 45 minutes to choose windows, and then I settled for these, and I still am very unhappy with them, especially the front ones. For some reason I couldn't make them like on the same line. So if you have any advice on how to change them, if you have any other, can you tell that I love feedback? If you have any advice on how to make the windows look better, please let me know. Then I moved over to lamps. I didn't want to just put the ones that are the brightest, just because I want to be like very decorated again. And then I moved around the living room a bit, and yeah, I just put the final touches around all around the house. So then after I did the inside, I actually went off, did something else, and then remembered that I forgot completely to do the landscaping. And so then I started doing the landscaping. This is just me doing the landscaping very quickly. Again, landscaping is something that I didn't do much before, so I don't think it looks that good, but I'm happy with it. I think for a starter, it's quite fun. It's quite an interesting build. It's very different from the ones that I used to have as well, or that I used to do, and so that's why I'm kind of really happy with it, because it's completely out of my comfort zone. But yeah, so this is what the build was. That's what the house looks like. You can find the house on the gallery, as I said, at BZV1, and you can find me also on Twitter at BZVSims. So I hope I see you there. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know what you think about it. Bye bye.